Welcome back everybody to Forza Motorsport 7, continuing on with the career mode in the Forza Drivers' Cup, and yeah, we're going to be doing prototype group racing. Now, I did try out the Forza P1 racing series on this Drivers' Cup, but I really couldn't do it. I could just not get to grips with those kind of cars, so maybe something a little bit older, a little bit slower, but nonetheless still pretty damn quick will prove a little bit better. So I've only got a couple of cars to choose from, but the two of the kind of legendary vehicles from that era, quite frankly. So yeah, let's see what it's all about and let's choose our vehicle.
This is the result when engineers ask, what if? While drivers ask, how fast? Made with experimental materials and out-of-the-box thinking, these exotic endurance cars are as beautiful as they are fast.
So yeah, we've got the two competing cars at the same time, the Ferrari 330 P4 and the Ford GT40 Mark II. I've gone for the Ferrari just because it's better handling from stock and is superior in terms of lightweight. As you can see, we've got it down to a mere 1,561 pounds, which when you consider it's got 581 horsepower and plenty of torque, then yeah, that's a really high power to weight ratio going on there. And also helps that it's got really good handling and braking and a decent top speed. So yeah, we're going with the Ferrari. I might choose the Ford for the final 3 races in this series, but we're sticking with the Ferrari for now. So let's get out there and see what it can do in its first race. So we're at Road Atlanta full circuit for our first race at 2.54 miles a lap, and there are 4 of them. So yeah, this is a track I'm quite familiar with, so I hope that I do well here, but the car is quite alien to me. I've driven it stock, but not with these upgrades, so yeah, let's get out there and see what it can do. The main thing I've got to worry with is, well, not only the fact that we're up against cars that are clearly even more race orientated than this, but also the fact that this car is incredibly lightweight. So it could be a little bit on the twitchy side. Oh dear. Righto, well, we're up against these kind of vehicles rather than that's the Ford GT. Kind of glad I did choose this car now, because these cars I'm going up against are a lot just as light, if not lighter than this. Oh dear. I don't know idea what happened there, but I seem to have lost a little bit of control going straight rather than instead of pull to the right for whatever reason. Fortunately, I could not improve the suspension, so it's still got suspension that's quite wobbly, as you can see by the front lifting up. That in and of itself may be an issue later on. I think it was an issue on the back straight. Might account for why I veered off to the right. No real control over the steering. These cars have the handling over me, but I certainly have the acceleration and the speed. Which certainly helps on a track like this, but if we get onto any circuits that are, you know, a lot twistier and less reliant on any straights, then we might be in trouble. Oh, damn it. It's gone disastrously wrong. Gonna have to restart that, I'm afraid. I'm gonna take that mod off, that doesn't allow us to rewind both of them really. It's a risk. I thought, you know, get a hell of a lot of rewards from doing so, but we'll just have to stick with some other ones instead. Sometimes it's just not worth doing the mods, especially if you can't correct a genuine mistake. So we'll try again, but we've certainly seen what this car can do. It's just a shame about the suspension really. If that was slightly better, we would have a bit more control at times. See the front end is lifted up massively there to the point where the rear end was scraping along the floor. Stupidly quick down this straight, 192 mile an hour there. Don't know why a car like that with all those aerodynamics was having to slow down so much on that corner. Oh dear, brakes did not work there. Yeah, I seem a little bit nervous going around that corner as quick as I do. God damn, the front lifted up then again. is though, the suspension aspect might well not be any better in the 4GT. Can't upgrade it because that car standard is quite wobbly as well, so might well just have to stick with this, because even though it is wobbly in terms of suspension, it's better in terms of handling at least. So we can deal with that wobble aspect a little bit better than the 4GT probably can. Well, messily made our way into third place. Failing once again to brake on that corner, not good. Can we make any more positions up as we come to the finish line? We're certainly gaining on second place. Not sure we can make a move. Nope, because we lost it with the suspension. We're going to have to settle for fourth there. I could have rewound it, but it was entirely my fault that we failed at that corner there. But there we go. Fourth place. Not terrible, especially considering we're all learning the car for the first time with all these upgrades, etc. And it is obviously a flawed car in terms of the suspension. And we're obviously up against cars that are far more race orientated than me. Yeah, there's the GT40s there and the P4s that were also in this race are far further down than me. So yeah, fighting an uphill struggle in that regards, but fourth place is hardly the worst position we've had in a start to a racing series, so something we can hopefully build upon. So yeah, let's get on to the next race after I save this replay. Should have done that while talking, but nonetheless, let's do it now. So yeah, let's get on to the next race. Right, we're at the line, we're at full circuit for our second race. 6 laps, 1.5 miles a lap. So yeah, I'm pretty sure this is going to be even trickier than Road Atlanta, because it is quite a small track, quite narrow in places as well, and less reliant on straights. Obviously it does have this straight here, which is decently lengthy, but not as much as the Road Atlanta circuit. It's a circuit that is a bit more reliant on handling, which we do have, admittedly, but with the way the suspension is, it does sort of limit what we can do. And we got dragged into the grass there. Not helpful. Maybe at these lower speeds, though, like Road Atlanta, we won't have as much trouble with the suspension. Only really when we're going properly quick. Oh dear, the suspension is an issue. Obviously going over a jump like that does not help. But at least we've so far improved upon our position in the previous race. again. Well, finally made it into first place. And finally got a clean lap in as well. So I have a bit too much understeer coming out of that corner. Front end of this car really isn't the best. But we've massively improved on our position previously, so yeah, I'm happy nonetheless. Car performed a lot better than I thought it would, especially considering, like I said, it's a lot smaller, a lot less reliant on straights. But did reasonably well, obviously. Lap time fastest by the looks of it as well, by a decent margin, so all good on that one. So yeah, let's just see where we've come on the leaderboard now. We should improve from 4th into 2nd, and we're only 45 points behind 1st as well, so yeah, we're in good shape. So yeah, let's get on to the next and final race for this episode. Right, for the final race on this episode, we're at Virginia International Raceway, 3 laps, 3.27 miles a lap, and as you can see, it is raining, so yeah, quite an old car in the rain with way more power than it had originally, while also being a hell of a lot lighter. Might well be a bit tricky, but nonetheless, let's get on with it. If we come first again, we might well move into first overall. Top 3 would be satisfactory enough, I guess. I don't know why the hell he was braking there. my fault. Oh, and then that was his fault. Completely misjudged that line there. Seth says this isn't the easiest of things to drive in the wet. Damn it. Turned in a little bit too soon there. Ah, there's that understeer again. Doesn't like corners like this one. Just similar to Lime Rock. Get back on the track. Very helpful, thank you. Well, we're going to have to make up all that ground that we made up beforehand. Yeah, understeer is even worse when in the rain, as you'd expect, but obviously we've still got to push the car as hard as possible to make up places. So yeah, it's an even bigger flaw to deal with. At least like Road Atlanta, it's got a couple of decent straights on it. So we can make up some ground. Shows how much faster this car is than these other two. We made up all that ground just on that one straight. Damn it. Yeah, this car is something that you have to spend a lot of time with, I imagine, just to get even slightly used to it. And obviously I'm trying to learn the car on a new track every race, so it's not like we're using the same track in and out. obviously the dynamics of the vehicle will change in the wet, probably in the, at night time as well. So that's just something else to learn. Drag race on the straight. We're in the lead. Yeah, those cars aren't as quick as they look like they are. Well, there we go. A solid win there again. I have to apologise as well for obviously the restart at the beginning of this episode. I really did think I would be able to handle this car without having to need of rewinds, but evidently not. But yeah, we're more than easily going to make up for those 45 points to take us into first place overall. So yeah, now we're only a mere 15 points ahead though, so yeah, if we do lose to the guy in second, then we will obviously move back down. So we're going to have to try and keep ahead of him in the next 3 races in the next episode, but I am glad I chose this car. I think we will stick with it in the next episode, because I think the 4GT will be even more problematic with its suspension and lack of handling. So yeah, we're going to stick with this Ferrari. It's still a good car nonetheless, and the acceleration and speed it can get up to at times is really rather remarkable. So yeah, that's a perfectly reasonable reason to keep it as well. So yeah, anyway, thanks for watching, and I'll see you in the next one. Bye.